Good morning students. In the previous class, we see how to solve the given system of equations by a Graham's rule. We see two equations and two unknowns. Now in this class, we solve the three equations by a Graham's rule. We see the exercise 1.41. We see the question: solve the following system of linear equations by Graham's rule. Using the Graham's rule to solve the equation. You see there will be three equations and three unknowns. Unknown means x, y, z. So three equations and three unknowns to solve. Solve means to find the values of these x, y, z. First we check coefficient of x, y, z term only lies in LHS and all the constant lies in RHS. You see in all the three equations, coefficient of x, y, z only lies in LHS and the constant lies in RHS. We solve the problem by a Graham's rule. By Graham's rule, the formula to calculate x is del x by del. So to find del x and del. The formula to calculate y is del y by del. The formula to calculate z is del z by del. So first to find from del to del z. You know the working rule how to find del. Where del or delta is nothing but determinant. Coefficient of x, y, z term in the given three equations. The first row is a coefficient of x, y, z in the first equation. Second row, coefficient of x, y, z in the second equation. And the third row is coefficient of x, y, z in the third equation. So the first step to find the value of del. I directly find the value del. Or it should be read it as the delta. The first equation, coefficient of x, y, z, 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1. Next, second row. Coefficient of x, y, z in the second equation. Coefficient of x is 2. Coefficient of y is minus 1. Coefficient of z is plus 2. Second row over. Now the third row. Coefficient of x, y, z in the third equation. Coefficient of x 4, y 3, z is 2. Important, del to del z, all values is within determinant symbol. Now to find this determinant value. Now we find use a determinant. First element is 3, so 3 half. You know the working rule. The number 3 occurring row and column will leave. So we leave the first row, first column. We multiply first this two element and we multiply this two element with a minus. Minus 1 into 2 is minus 2. 3 2s are 6, we put 1 minus, so minus 6. So minus 2. Minus 6. Oh, next. Removing the element, the symbol of the number 3 is minus, so minus 3. Minus 3 off. Now we leave the number 3 occurring row and column. We leave first row and this second column. We multiply these two elements. 2 2s are 4. Next we multiply these two elements with a minus 8. So 4 minus 8. Next, removing the next element. The next element is already minus 1 is there. The symbol of the number minus is plus. But here minus. So plus and minus is minus. So minus 1. We write as it is. So minus 1 of. Okay, minus 1 of. We leave the row and column occurring minus 1. So we leave first row and third column. First we multiply these two elements. 2 3 6. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign. Already one minus, so 4 1s are 4. So 6 plus 4. Three of minus 2 minus 6 is a minus 8. Minus 3 of 4 minus 8 is minus 4. Minus 1 of 10. 3 into minus 8 is a minus 24. Minus and minus is a plus. 3 4s are 12. Then minus 10. There will be two negative number, one positive number. The simplification is your choice. Simplifying manner. Minus 24. 12 minus 10 is a plus 2. Next, the value of del is minus 22. minus 24 plus 2 is a minus 22. So it is a value of a del. Next we find the value of a del x. It's nothing but determinant. You know the working rule how to find the del x? Del x means in del we remove the coefficient of x column. In del we find del x, we remove the coefficient of x column and we enter the RHS value of the given sum. The RHS value of the given sum is 11, 9, 25. So we enter that value in the first column and the next two column is no change because to find del x. So we remove the coefficient of x column, we enter the RHS. The RHS values are 11, 9, 25. 11, 9, 25. Next two column is no change. We write the second column, third column as it is. So 3 minus 1, 3. 3 minus 1, 3. Minus 1, 2, 2. Now we find this determinant value. I find here 11 of. 11 of. We leave this column and this row. Minus 1 into 2. Minus 2. We multiply these two elements with a minus and 3 2s are 6 with minus, so minus 6. Moving, the sign of the number 3 is minus, so minus 3 of. Minus 3 of. We leave this row and that column. We multiply these two elements first of all. 9 2s are 18. Next, we multiply these two elements with a minus sign. 25 2s are 50. We put minus or minus 50. Next number is minus 1. So minus 1 of, we leave this row and that column. 9 3. 9 3s are 27. Next we multiply these two elements with a minus sign. Already one minus is there, so minus to minus is plus. 25 ones are 25. Eleven of minus 2 minus 6 minus 8. Minus 3 of 18 minus 50. Big number is a minus, so minus 32. Minus 1 of 27 plus 25 is a 52. Is a minus 88. 11 into minus 8. Minus 88. Minus and minus is plus. 3 32 sir, is a 96. Next, minus 52. There will be a 2 negative number, 1 positive number. So first, we simplify this to negative number. Where this 2 we get minus 8 2, 10. Remainder is 1, 9. 9 plus 5 is a 14. Is a 140 plus 96. So minus 140 plus 96. So the answer is minus 44. So the value of del x is minus 44. 140 we separate by 96. 10 minus 6 is a 4. We take on borrow. 13 minus 9 is a 4. And the big number symbol is a minus. So the value of a del x is a minus 44. Next we find del y. So in del, what is the value of del y? We write the coefficient of x column and z column as it is. We remove the coefficient of y column and we enter the values of RHS. It is the value of a del y. Del y. We remove the coefficient of y column and we enter the RHS value. Now we find this value of this determinant. 11 of, okay. This value first of all 3 of. We leave the first column and first row. 9 2s are 18. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign. So minus 50. 25 2s are 50. Next, minus 11 of. The second number is 11. The symbol of the number 11 is minus. So minus 11 of. We leave the second column and first row. 2 2s are 4. We multiply these two elements with a minus 8. So 4 2s are 8, minus 8. Next element is minus 1. So minus 1 of, we leave this row and that column. 2 25s are 50. We multiply these two elements with a minus 8. 4 9s are 36 is minus 36. 3 of 18 minus 50 is a minus 32. Minus 11 of 4 minus 8 is minus 4. Minus 1 of 50 minus 36 is 14. 3 into minus 32 minus 96. Minus and minus is plus 11 4s are 44. Minus 14. Minus 96. The simplification is just we simplify anywhere. 44 minus 14. 44 minus 14 is a plus 30. Now minus 96 plus 30. The answer is 66. So the value of del y is equal to minus 66. Next, we find the value of del z. We find the value of del z. How to find the value of del z? From del, we remove the coefficient of z column and we enter the values of RHS. So the first two column is no change in del. So the first two column of del is 3, 2, 4 and 3 minus 1, 3. So first two column is no change. It's the first column. And second column is 3 minus 1, 3. And we remove the coefficient of z column. We enter the values of RHS. Okay, the value of RHS is 11, 9, 25. So in del, we write the coefficient of x and y column as it is. We find del z, so we remove the coefficient of z column and we enter the values of RHS. Now we find the value of this determinant. 3 of, okay, first this 3 of, we leave this row and that column. Minus 1 into 25 is a minus 25. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign. 9 3s are 27. We put one minus, so minus 27. The next element is also 3. The symbol of the number 3 is a minus. Minus 3 of. Minus 3 of. We leave the row and column occur the number 3. So we leave first row and second column. 2 25s are 50. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign. 4 9s are 36. We put one minus, so minus 36. Plus 11 of. Next element is 11 plus 11 of. We leave this row and that column. First of all, 2 3s are 6. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign, so plus 4. 3 of. Minus 25 minus 27 is a minus 52. Minus 3 of 50 minus 36 is a plus 14. Plus 11 of 6 plus 4 is 10. 3 into minus 52 plus and minus is minus. 3 2s are 6. 3 5s are 15. So minus 156. Minus 3 40s is a 42 plus 11 10s are 110. First I have these two negative number, we get minus 6 2 is 8, 5 plus 4 is 9 and 1. So minus 198 plus 110. 198 110. 8 8 is a plus 88 or minus 88? Is minus 88 because the big number symbol is minus. So the value of del z is minus 88. Now we find from del to del z. What is the next step? By Graham's rule, we find the values from x to z. The formula to calculate x is del x by del y, del y by del, and z del z by del. By Graham's rule, it is a formula to calculate x, y, and z. X, y, and z. Now we enter the values. The value of del x is minus 44. Divided by the value of del is minus 22. So the value of x is minus by minus is plus. The x value is 1 time, 2 times. The x value is 2. And y, del y by del, the value of del y is minus 66 by minus 22. What about y? Minus by minus is plus. In 22, table x value is 66 as thrice, 3 times. So y is equal to 3. And the formula of z is del z by del. The value of del z is minus 88 by minus 22. So the value of z is minus by minus is plus. In 22, the table 88 is exactly 4 times. Therefore, the solutions are is n of the value of x, y, z. We write x, y, the solutions are the value of x is equal to 2 and the value of y is 3. The value of z is equal to 4. You know very well how to find the given answer is correct or wrong. How to check? We substitute the 3 values in any one of the given 3 equations. Suppose the equation is satisfied, our answer is correct. In the same exercise, you see the next one, solution 4. Now we solve the 3 equations by the same Graham's rule. You see one difference in the previous and this question. The difference is the variable lies here in denominator. So Graham's rule applicable only when all the variables lies in numerator. But it lies all the variables in denominator. How to solve? In 2 equations we already see 1 by x is there. So if we take this 1 by x is a variable is another variable. It's a choice, we put any letter. We usually take it is a capital X, capital Y, and capital Z. So first step, let 1 by x is a capital letter X. I will take capital X. X, Y, Z all lies in denominator. So I will take 1 by x is capital X. So 1 by y is a capital Y. And 1 by z is a capital Z. Then the given equations is become 3 by x. So 3 by x become, we write 3 by x as a 3 of 1 by x. 1 by x is capital X. So this 3 by x become 3 capital X, 3x. Minus 4 by y become minus 4y. Minus 2 by z become minus 2z. And also you see the constant minus 1 lies in LHS. So we take the constant in RHS. So minus 1 goes to RHS, it becomes plus 1. So first equation over. Now we move the second equation. 1 by small letter x become capital letter X. 2 by y become plus 2y. Plus 1 by z become plus z. You see here also the constant minus 2 lies in LHS. The minus 2 goes to RHS plus 2. Now we come in third equation. 2 by x it become 2x. Minus 5 by y it become minus 5y. Minus 4 by z it become minus 4z. And also you see plus 1 lies in LHS, is a constant. It goes to RHS, it become minus 1. So the first step, to convert the given variable x, y, z lies in denominator in numerator by other variable. We will take the variable of 1 by x is capital X, 1 by y is capital Y, and 1 by z is capital Z. Now we form the 3 equations. The variables capital X, Y, Z all lies in numerator. Now we find from del to del Z. So first step to find del, and then to find del x, del y, del z. But important, X, Y, Z all are in capital letters. So first we find the values of this capital X, Y, Z, and then to find the value of a small letter x. So the first step is to find del. You know the working rule, del is determinant. The same rule. The first row is a coefficient of capital X, Y, Z in the first equation. They are 3 minus 4 minus 2. 3 minus 4 minus 2. First row. Second row, coefficient of X, Y, Z in the second equation. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Third row, coefficient of X, Y, Z in the third equation. Coefficient of X, 2, minus 5, minus 4, 2, minus 5, minus 4. Now we find the determinant value. 3 of 2 into minus 4, minus 8. We multiply this two elements with a minus sign, so plus 5. Next, the sign or symbol of the number minus 4 is a minus. Already is there one minus, so minus in minus is a plus 4. Plus 4 of, okay, plus 4 of, we leave this row and that column. We leave the first row and second column. 1 into minus 4 is a minus 4. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign, minus 2. Next element is minus 2. So minus 2 of, we leave the first row and third column. 1 into minus 5, minus 5. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign. 2 to the 4 with minus is minus 4. 3 of minus 8 plus 5 is a minus 3. Plus 4 of minus 4 minus 2 is a minus 6. Next, minus 2 of minus 5 minus 4 is a minus 9. 3 into minus 3 is minus 9. Plus into minus is minus, 4 6 are 24. Minus into minus is plus, 9 2s are 18. Minus 9 minus 24 is a minus 33 plus 18. So the value of a del is, big number is minus 33 minus 18. 13 minus 8 is a 5. 2 minus 1 is a 1. So the value of a del is equal to minus 15. Next we find the value of a del x. Important, all lies in capital letters. So we find del capital X. The working rule. We remove the coefficient of x column. We enter the RHS value. Actually the first column is the coefficient of x column. We remove. We enter the RHS value. What is the RHS value? 1, 2, minus 1. So it lies in first column. 1, 2, minus 1. And the coefficient of y and z column is same. Coefficient of y minus 4, 2. And that equation is minus 5. Minus 4 plus 2 minus 5. And coefficient of z column is also same. Minus 2 plus 1 minus 4. So it's a value of del x. After we find del x, next we find the value of a del y. It's also del capital Y. So del y means we remove the coefficient of y column, we enter the RHS value. So coefficient of x column is no change. The coefficient of x is 3, 1, 2. So I write here 3, 1, 2. Okay, I write coefficient of x column is as it is. I remove the coefficient of y column and we enter the RHS value. The RHS value is 1, 2, minus 1. 1, 2, minus 1. And I write the coefficient of z column is as it is. Minus 2 plus 1 minus 4. Minus 2 plus 1 minus 4. Now we find the value of these determinants. The value of del x. First we find 1 of minus 8 plus 5. minus 8, minus and minus is plus. The symbol of the number minus 4 is minus, so minus and minus is plus. Plus 4 of, we leave the number minus 4 occurring row and column. We leave first row, second column. We multiply these two elements. 2 into minus 4 is a minus 8. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign, so the final answer is a plus 1. Next number is minus 2. So minus 2 of, we leave this row and that column. 2 into minus 5, minus 10. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign, so plus 2. So 1 into minus 3 plus 4 into minus 8 plus 1 is minus 7. Minus 2 into minus 10 plus 2 is minus 8. 1 into minus 3 is minus 3. Plus into minus is minus. 4 7s are 28. Minus into minus is plus. 2 8s are 16. So 2 negative number is that, so minus 28, 3 is a 31, so minus 31 plus 16, minus 31 plus 16 is minus 15. The value of del x is minus 15. Important, we don't put plus x, is capital X. So del x value is also minus 15. Next we find the value of del y. Okay, we remove the coefficient of y column and we enter the RHS value. 3 of 2 into minus 4 is minus 8. Minus and minus is plus, plus 1. Next, the symbol of the number 1 is a minus. So minus 1 of, we leave the first row and second column. 1 into minus 4 is minus 4. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign, so minus 2. Next, minus 2. Minus 2 of, we leave the first row and third column. 1 into minus 1. Minus 1. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign. So minus 4. 3 of minus 8 plus 1. Minus 8 plus 1 is minus 7. Minus 1 of minus 4 minus 2 is minus 6. Minus 2 of minus 1 minus 4 is minus 5. 3 into minus 7 minus 21. Minus into minus is plus. 1 6 are 6. Minus into minus is plus. 2 5s are 10. Is minus 21. Plus 6 plus 10 is 16. So the value of del y is minus 5. Is minus 21 plus 16. Big number is minus, so the value of del y is minus 5. Next, del z is a capital Z. We remove the coefficient of z column and we enter the RHS value. I write the coefficient of x and y column as it is in del. In del, we remove the coefficient of z column and we enter the RHS value. Now we find the determinant. 3 of, we leave the first row, first column. 2 into minus 1, minus 2. Minus into minus is plus. 5 2s are 10. Next, we moving that number. We are already minus 4, we put 1 minus, so minus into minus is a plus 4. So plus 4 of, we leave the first row, second column. 1 into minus 1, minus 1. 2 2s are 4, we put 1 minus, so minus 4. Plus 1 of, we leave the number 1 occurring row and column. 1 into minus 5, minus 5. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign, so minus 4. 3 into minus 2 plus 10 is plus 8. Plus 4 into minus 1 minus 4 is minus 5. Plus 1 into minus 5 minus 4 is minus 9. 3 8s are 24. Plus and minus is minus. 4 5s are 20. Plus and minus is minus. 1 9s are 9. 24 minus 29. So the value of del z is also minus 5. 24 minus 29 is minus 5. Now we find from del to del z. Next, by Gray-Mills rule, we apply all values. By Gray-Mills rule, important, we write capital letter X because we find del X, del Y, del Z all are in capital letters. So what is the formula of capital X? Is del X by del. Next, capital letter Y, whose formula is del Y by del. Next, capital letter Z, whose formula is del Z by del. The value of del X. The value of del X is minus 15 divided by the value of del is also minus 15. We cancel. The value of capital letter X is 1. Next, capital letter Y. Del Y by del. The value of del capital letter Y, del Y is minus 5 by the value of del is minus 15. What is the value of capital Y? Minus by minus is plus. 5 by 15 is 1 by 3. Next, Z. Del Z by del. The value of del Z is also minus 5 by minus 15. So the value of capital Z is also 1 by 3. It is our required solution. It is not our required solution because we find the values of small letter x, y and z. But we find the capital X, capital Y and capital Z. But now we write 1 by x is nothing but capital X. 1 by y is small letter y. And 1 by z is capital Z. Therefore, I directly write the value. You identify what is the value of x, y and z. The value of small letter x is also, I say 1. Because capital X value is 1. 1 by x is equal to 1. Taking reciprocal also the value of x is 1. Capital letter Y value is 1 by 3. So 1 by 3. Okay. And the value of 1 divided by 1 by 3 is 3. So the value of small letter y is 3. And the value of small letter z is also 3. I directly write the answer. It is our required solution. Therefore the solutions are x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3 and z is equal to 3. You identify how to come y is equal to 3. 1 by y is equal to small letter y. Now we find the value of capital letter Y is 1 by 3. Okay. So capital Y is 1 by 3. So taking reciprocal. So we get 1 by Y is equal to capital letter Y. The value of capital letter Y is 1 by 3. 1 by Y is equal to 1 by 3. Taking reciprocal, Y is equal to 3. No need this one. We directly write the answer. I show how to come the value Y is equal to 3. Actually, the reciprocal of capital Y is nothing but small letter y. Therefore, the solutions are x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3 and z is equal to 3. How to check the given answer is correct or not? To substitute that value in the given 3 equations is our choice. Substitute. Suppose the answer is satisfied, our answer is correct. You verify, you take any one of the equations, the answer will come. Next, one practical problem is involved in this Gray-Mills rule. We do the sum and directly the given equations are there. One word problem is there to solve the problem using Gray-Mills rule. This is the same exercise, the second question. You see the question? In a competitive examinations, okay, when a competitive examination, 1 mark is awarded for every correct answer. The student get 1 mark for correct answer, while 1 by 4 mark is deducted for every wrong answer. Suppose the answer is wrong, there is a negative mark. So 1 by 4 mark will be deducted. a student answered 100 questions. A student is answered 100 questions and got 80 marks. So each and every question will be credited 1 mark. Suppose the wrong answer is deducted by 1 by 4. So a student has answered 100 questions and he got 80 marks. Then the question is, how many questions did he answer correctly? To find the number of correct questions. You see the bracket, use the Graham's rule to solve the problem. So here there will be 2 marks are created. One is correct and another one is incorrect. Suppose a student is marked a correct answer, we credited 1 mark. Suppose a student is choose a wrong answer, there will be a negative mark. The negative mark is 1 by 4. So now we will take our positive value, correct answer value will be take, it is a positive, and in negative mark 1 by 4 is deducted, so we will take it is a minus. So now number of questions is corrected and incorrected. We will take the number of questions corrected by the variable x, and the number of questions is incorrect, we will take it is y. So we form an equation. Is your choice, we write any manner. Right here, let x and y be the number of questions. We will take x is the number of questions answered correctly. Let y be the number of questions answered incorrectly. So I will take let x and y be the number of questions. We will take x and y be the number of questions correctly and incorrectly. So small x indicates the number of correct question, that is the student has answered a question by correct. Y is the number of questions the student has answered incorrect. Next, by the given data, it's important to take create an equation. The equation is very important according to our given data. Now we understand what is meant by x and what is meant by x. X indicates the number of questions correct. Y means the number of questions incorrect. First of all, the student will answer how many questions. All the given data. A student answered first of all 100 questions. So a student must answer 100 questions. So the total number of questions is 100. So I will take it is x plus y is equal to 100, where x is the number of questions correctly, y is the number of questions incorrectly, but the total number of questions, okay, x and y is the total number of questions is 100. So x plus y is equal to 100. So the first equation contains the number of questions, and the second equation contains whose marks. A student has answered 100 questions and he got how many marks? 80 marks. Suppose a student is answered a correct one, then he credited 1 mark, where x indicates the number of questions correctly. So the second equation indicates whose mark, so 1 into x. I put 1 into x, that is 1 correct answer means the student has 1 mark. 2 correct answer means the student got 2 marks. And y indicates the number of questions answered incorrect. Suppose the question is incorrect, the student is lost 1 by 4 marks. 1 by 4 marks is deducted. That means a negative mark. So minus 1 by 4 of y, it should be is equal to 80. 80 is given because the total marks scored by the student is 80. So this framing these two equations is very important. I tell again, the first one indicates the number of questions, x and y, total number of questions is 100. The second one indicates whose marks. So one question is correct, we credited 1 mark. 2 question is correct, we credited 2 marks. And 1 question is wrong, we lost 1 by 4 marks. So I will take the gain mark is positive and the last mark is negative. But finally get an 80 marks. So correct answer and wrong answer will get 80 marks. 1 into x is x minus, we write 1 by 4 into y or y by 4 also. Is such as, we take this y by 4 is equal to 80. So framing these two equations is very important in this question. Okay, we framing these two equations. Now we solve the problem by using the Gray-Mills rule. Okay, what is our question? Our question is, how many questions did he answer correctly? So to find only one, how many questions to find correctly? So we find the variable x or y. We find the variable x only enough, because our question is find the correct answer. The number of questions, correct answers. So to find the variable x only by using Gray-Mills rule. So there will be two variables and two unknowns. By using a Gray-Mills rule, so the next step to find the value of del. The value of del. In these two equations, we write the coefficient of x and y. In the first equation, coefficient of x and y both are 1. 1, 1. The next equation is the second equation. The coefficient of x and y are, coefficient of x is 1. What is the coefficient of y? Is minus, important, 1 by 4. 1 minus 1 by 4. So the value of del is, I find here, minus 1 by 4. First I multiply these two elements. 1 into minus 1 by 4 is minus 1 by 4. Next we multiply these two elements with a minus sign, minus 1. So the value of del is minus 5 by 4. I cross multiply, minus 1 minus 4 is a minus 5 by 4. Is the value of del. Next to find the value of del x. So del x. In del x, we remove the coefficient of x column and we enter the RHS value. What is the RHS value here? One is 100 and another one is 80. So 100, 80. And we write the coefficient of y column as it is 1 minus 1 by 4. First we multiply these two values, 100 into minus 1 by 4 minus 80. 100 into minus 1 by 4 minus 80. In fourth table, 100 is exactly 25 times, minus 1 is there, so minus 25 minus 80. So the value of del x is minus 25 minus 80 is a minus 105. In this question, no need to find del y. Why? Because our question is to find how many questions did he answer correctly. We find only the correct answer, the number of correct questions. So no need to find del y, because we need only x. By a Gray-Mills rule, the formula to calculate x is del x by del. To find the number of questions correctly only we need. So to find the value of x only. The value of x is del x by del. The value of del x is minus 105 divided by the value of del is minus 5 by 4. Now we simplify this one. Actually this 4 goes to numerator, minus 105 into 4 divided by minus 5. Minus by minus is plus. We cancel in a fifth table. We get 2 times, 1 times and 4. So the value of x is equal to 84. But our answer is not required x. We must write in word. The conclusion is important. Where x indicates, we find the value of x. The value of x is 21 into 4 is 84. So the student has answered the correct one by 84 questions. Okay, 84 questions. We must write the conclusion. Therefore, the student has answered 84 questions correctly. The student has answered 84 questions correctly. Is understood? The student has answered 100 minus 84. 16 questions are incorrect. So each and every one wrong question reduced by 1 by 4 marks. So our question is to find the number of questions correctly only. Therefore, the student has answered 84 questions correctly. Out of 100, a student is marked 84 questions by correct. The remaining 16 questions are incorrect is understood. Okay, students, today in this class, how to find x, y and z using Gray-Mills rule. 3 equations, 3 unknowns is given. How to find x, y and z. The formula of x is del x by del. The formula of y is del y by del. The formula of z is del z by del. And also we see some practical problem. The same model question lies in example. We must try and write without seeing your book and also your video.